you ever sat down at the end of 12 full months, scrolled through your camera roll and thought, wait, where on earth did all that time actually go?
Right? It feels like just yesterday we were sipping hot coffee, making wildly ambitious plans for the start of the year. And now, here we are, looking back at everything that happened. The good, the chaos, and the totally unexpected.
Maybe you started this year with massive, world-conquering big goals, but life threw a few surprise plot twists your way. Or maybe you achieved something incredible, but you haven't had a single moment to pause, breathe, and truly celebrate it.
Taking a moment to reflect on your journey is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, especially if you want to learn English in a relaxed, natural way that actually feels fun. Doing it through an easy English podcast is honestly one of the absolute best ways to boost your speaking confidence.
Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about your year. English speaking practice, English podcast for beginners. By hanging out with us today, you'll get real, step-by-step daily English conversation practice that will help you speak English fluently, improve English listening, and master practical English for daily life. You'll pick up natural phrases, natural vocabulary, and simple sentence structures that make talking about your own life feel completely second nature.
Exactly. Even if you're searching for English for beginners, we kept this super simple and easy to follow. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's jump right into your English speaking practice together.
So Emily, rewind with me to January 1st. When you look back at the beginning of this year, what was going through your head? Were you super hyped, or were you secretly panicked?
Honestly, David, it was a whole roller coaster of both. I was super excited because a new year always feels like a clean slate and a fresh start. But at the same time, I made this ridiculous, mile-long checklist of goals. Sometimes when your goals are huge, you end up feeling exhausted before you even get out of bed. How about you?
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. I started the year with intense main character energy. I wanted total focus on my personal growth and building better daily habits. But looking back now, I realize time really does fly when you're caught up in the daily hustle.
That phrase, time flies, is such a staple in English conversation. We use it all the time when a week, a month, or a whole year disappears before we even realize it.
100%. Another super useful phrase native speakers use when reflecting is looking back on it now. It's the perfect, natural way to show you're talking about past memories with the perspective you have today.
I love that. When we talk about our lives, we aren't just reading off a boring timeline. We are storytelling. And every great story has plot points, bright, happy chapters, and a few nail-biting challenges along the way.
Speaking of bright chapters, let's talk about the wins. Emily, what was one moment this year that made you genuinely stop and smile?
Hands down, taking a spontaneous road trip out west to see the Grand Canyon in Arizona. For years, I kept pushing it off, telling myself I was way too busy with work. But this year, I finally booked the trip. Standing right on the edge of the rim and feeling that crisp morning air felt like a massive milestone.
Oh, that gives me chills. The Grand Canyon is incredible. Milestone is such a rich vocabulary word for English learners. A milestone is an important event or huge accomplishment in your life, like graduating, landing a new job, buying your first place, or ticking off a huge spot on your bucket list.
What about you, David? What stands out as your favorite moment when you look back at the past 12 months?
Mine was actually a quiet, low-key victory. I finally built a consistent routine where I wake up early, read, and work out before tackling my morning commute into the city. In the past, I'd go all in during January and completely burn out by February. But this year, I stuck with it. It proved to me that small, everyday wins snowball into massive changes.
That is huge. Building consistency is so much harder than setting a single flashy goal. If an English learner wants to share a win like that, they can say, I am really proud that I stayed consistent. Or, one of my biggest personal wins was sticking to my routine.
Exactly. You can also use phrases like, a major highlight of my year was, or the moment that stands out most to me was. These simple sentence starters make your English flow naturally without forcing you to overthink grammar rules.
So true. But let's be real for a second. Life isn't always a cinematic highlight reel. We all hit weird bumps in the road and tough seasons.
Absolutely. Facing obstacles is just part of being human. And knowing how to express those feelings in English is essential for real-world communication.
You know, David, I was scrolling through YouTube yesterday and saw that viral video titled How to Talk About Your Last Year in English Conversation Practice. It reminded me how many people know basic words like I was busy or work was hard, but really want deeper ways to express what they actually felt inside.
That makes total sense. That video exploded because people want to express deeper emotions without getting tongue-tied. When life gets heavy, instead of just saying, it was a bad month, you can say, I had to overcome a tough hurdle, or I went through a period of adjustment.
Yes. Like right around midsummer, I hit a massive wall. I was working nonstop, barely resting, and I just completely ran out of gas. I felt completely overwhelmed and burnt out for weeks.
Man, burnout is so real. How did you pull yourself out of that slump?
I had to learn the hard way to slow down and protect my peace. I had to practice saying no to extra projects when my cup was empty. It was tough in the moment, but looking back, it taught me the ultimate lesson in self-care.
I really appreciate your honesty, Emily. Vulnerability makes stories resonate. For me, my toughest moment was a big project at work that completely flopped after weeks of late nights. I was gutted and felt so frustrated.
Oh, that hurts. How did you bounce back from that?
I had to reframe my mindset. Instead of treating it like a total defeat, I treated it as a powerful learning opportunity. I asked myself, what is this failure trying to teach me? The moment you change your perspective, a stumble turns into a stepping stone.
That leads straight into one of my favorite English expressions, a blessing in disguise. It's when something feels awful at first, but ends up teaching you something priceless down the road.
Such a classic idiom. So when you talk about your own plot twists, practice using sentence frames like, I faced a difficult situation when. It was a steep learning curve for me. Or even though it was tough, it helped me grow as a person.
Those patterns are so helpful. Simple past tense phrases like I faced, I learned, and it helped keep your storytelling clear, accurate, and captivating.
Now, let's talk life lessons. A year is never wasted if you walk away wiser. Emily, if you had to drop one piece of wisdom from your year, what would it be?
Stop waiting for the perfect moment because, spoiler alert, it doesn't exist. If you want to learn English, start that creative project or change your life, start today with whatever you've got.
Drop the mic. That is so true. Waiting for perfection is just procrastination wearing a disguise. What about you, David? What's your big takeaway?
Practicing gratitude daily. Whenever I felt overwhelmed or anxious, I started writing down 3 tiny things I was grateful for. It instantly snapped me out of stress and reminded me of all the good right in front of me.
That's huge for language learners. Learning a language can feel frustrating when you feel stuck on a plateau. But when you celebrate how far you've already come, the journey gets so much sweeter.
Exactly. English learners constantly focus on small mistakes instead of realizing how much they actually understand. If you're listening to us right now and getting the vibe of this conversation, you are already crushing it.
Absolutely. Give yourself some serious credit for showing up for yourself today.
Now, let's turn this into active speaking practice. Whenever you're speaking about your year, structure your thoughts into 4 easy steps.
Step 1, the general summary. Give a quick overview. Overall, my year was a wild ride. Or, this year was a transformative period for me.
Step 2, share the highlights. Mention your favorite memories. The highlight of my year was, or I was so hyped when I managed to.
Step 3, acknowledge challenges and lessons. Be real about what was hard. A major challenge I faced was, followed by, but it taught me how to be resilient. Step 4, look ahead. Transition into your future dreams. Moving forward, I'm focusing on, or my biggest goal for next year is. Following these 4 steps keeps your story organized so you never get lost when speaking English. Let's do step 4 right now. David, what goals or habits are you manifesting next?
I'm focusing on being present. Fewer screens, more real connection with family and friends. Life moves fast, and I want to cherish the people who matter most. What about you, Emily?
Finding true balance. Working hard on my dreams, but prioritizing rest, sunshine, and mental health. And of course, making more fun, inspiring videos for everyone practicing their English with us.
Love that. Helping others grow while growing yourself is the best feeling in the world.
Now, we want to pass the mic to you. How was your year? What was your biggest win or the coolest lesson you learned?
Speaking out loud or writing down your story is the fastest way to lock in new vocabulary and unleash your fluency. Drop a comment below and tell us a piece of your story in English. We read every single one.
If this episode gave you a boost of inspiration, smash that like button, share it with a friend, and hit subscribe. It's free good karma for your English journey, and it helps our channel grow so we can keep creating for you.
You've got this. Keep practicing, stay curious, stay confident, and keep leveling up every single day with Clarity English Practice.